Oh. Look at me, people. Look at me. Jesus fucking Christ. So, I know you kiddies. Okay. I know you kiddies are probably wondering, where the fuck have I been for the past, like, month? Where the fuck have I been? People are wondering if I died. Oh my god, people wonder if I'm fucking dead or not. Well, I can assert you that I'm not dead. Because you know why? Because you're looking at me right now and I'm very much alive. I probably look like I lost a little weight too. And there's a reason behind that. And you're wondering, what the fuck are you eating Doritos? I like Doritos, okay? But, so, what the fuck happened? I haven't made a video in like, what, a month? You know, it's like, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck is actually going on here? Well, this is what's going on, okay? I'll tell you, I'll be honest, I'll be straightforward. Oh my brothers, your humble narrator has been in jail for the past 28 days. Hey, Gravy. Alright, come on, Gravy. Come on. Hey. So, I've been in jail, I've been in the clink, I've been in the slammer, whatever the fuck you want to call it. No matter what you want to call it, it's all bullshit. So what am I talking about here? So, on May 23rd, what the fuck? What the fuck was that, a gunshot? I don't know what the fuck that was. Hey, Gravy. So on May 23rd, 2017, I got a visit from two Cheektowaga dicks. And, you know, detectives. You know, because the word dick is short for detective. You know, like Dick Tracy. But I think Dick Tracy's real first name was actually Dick. And his last name was Tracy. By the way, I gotta go download that movie. What the hell? Alright, whatever. I've never seen these before. Dorito Heat Wave. First Chipotle cream, then heat. It says Chipotle cream flavored. What the fuck does that mean? Alright, so back to jail. So I was visited at my apartment on May 23rd, 2017 by two Cheektowaga dicks, detectives. They told me I'm under arrest. What are the charges? Aggravated harassment in the second degree. Holy shit. It's a Class A misdemeanor. Misdemeanor. Okay. And don't think DLF is going fucking soft here. But for the time being, I don't think I should be doing any more videos where I rip into people. I should not be doing any videos where I use people's real name. Okay? So I was arrested because of a video that I made. Okay. I believe the video was made May 16 or something like that. Anyway, let me check it. I'm probably going to delete these videos. Yeah, May 16. I'm going to delete these videos that I made because I watched them, and even me, okay, I'm a big horror movie guy, and I like death metal. You know, horror movies are awesome. Death metal, awesome. Me watching my own video after I just got out of jail made me fucking sick. I realized that seeing me say what I said and whatever, it made me sick to my stomach, and it really isn't who I am. Okay. So the story goes is that I made this video, and I'm not going to mention the woman's name. Probably already know it. I probably said it 100 times on that video. You probably know what video I'm talking about. So I was making this. I found out this woman was pregnant. I knew her from a while back, and back then everything that I said about her on the video, I had to call CPS on her back a year or so ago, because knowing her history and whatnot, I just wanted her daughter to be safe. Okay, I was more concerned about the daughter, the little baby, than I was with the mother. I don't want to see kids get hurt. Okay. And, you know, just knowing her history, I just wanted to err on the side of caution. Okay? So she got pissed off at that, called the police on me, and I kind of just let it go for a while. Then I found out she got pregnant again. And oh my God, I just laid into her. The video's I'm probably gonna delete the video, okay? But in the video, I went above and beyond how I usually go. And in that video, I kind of said something naughty, to say the least. I made a threat. And it wasn't like I was going to carry out the threat. It was kind of an unrealistic threat, you know. It was kind of unrealistic anyway, but it kind of, I guess it scared her. And in the video, I said I was going to go to her house and rip the baby from her womb. Well, she went to the police over that. Now, like I said, it was an unrealistic threat, okay? And I keep telling myself in my head, you know, it was unrealistic. This isn't Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This isn't Mortal Kombat, you know? You can't really do something like that to somebody. So 2 Cheektowaga detectives had me arrested, or they came and arrested me on May 23rd, 2017. And from what I understand is these detectives were actually trying to find me for a couple days. I didn't know this. They came to my house like 3 times. Like every single day they try to come to my house and try to get me. And on the 23rd they actually got me. Okay. I wasn't trying to run. I really wasn't. I didn't know that I gotta go where I gotta go too. Or is this simply not home? Okay, so they take me down to Cheektowaga police station. Okay. Oh, and by the way, something really interesting came out of all this too. So, like I said, I called CPS on her a couple of years ago, and everything I said to CPS was true. Okay, no amount of jail time, no amount of medication is, I still have, I still feel the way I do right now. But I'm going to be like Dr. Kevorkian, okay? See, Dr. Kevorkian, he would assist people who were sick with ways to end their life peacefully. And the man, whatever you think about him, I think he was a good man. I think that's a noble cause, to be honest. But in the eyes of the law, it's murder. Okay, he had to do some time and whatnot. But when he got out of jail, he's like, I'm not gonna sit there and practice I'm not gonna sit there and practice what he calls assisted suicide, but I am going to continue advocating for it. Or that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. I still have my opinion, but I'm done talking about it. Okay? So it was funny because when I called CPS, Cheektowaga police called me back I don't know, 4 hours later, saying, "Oh, you can't call CPS on her." I'm like, whatever. So yeah, I was actually with my dad when they called me, and my dad's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And I told him what happened, and he said, "Call the Cheektowaga police back." And he's like, "Why?" Well, and I had the same idea too. I actually thought it was one of her friends fucking around with me. So I'm like, okay, I record my conversations on the phone for this kind of purpose. If it's like, what do you call it? If it's for job interviews, like if I'm out and about, I'm talking on the phone. I can't even. I have no way to write it down when I'm out and about. So I have it. All my calls recorded. So I have this call that the detective from Cheektowaga Police called me about. So I got his name. And I looked up the Cheektowaga Police Department phone number. And I found the number. I called the number. And all I really got was an answering machine or a voicemail or whatever. So I asked for the detective. I forgot his name now. And I asked for a detective. I was like, "Listen, this detective called my phone regarding this whatever, and I want to know if this is actually a real detective." I left that on a voicemail at the Cheektowaga Police Department. I said, "Call me back." I gave him my name, my phone number, what the call was about, detective's name, whatever. I never received a call back from them. So I kind of assumed that it was a prank call from one of her little friends. So I just kind of disregarded it. Well, turns out that it was actually a real detective. I don't know why he didn't call me back, but so hey baby. So, because they mentioned that this detective warned me. Okay, so if I knew it was a real detective, I probably wouldn't have made the video in the first place. Plus, I didn't think it was a crime to make a threat online, and the reason I didn't think it was a crime because in the past there have been people that made threats against me online, right? And I knew who these people were. This woman that had me arrested, she made a threat online a couple of years ago. I think she said something like, "Oh yeah, that Michael Constantino, he's number 2 on a list of people I want to kill." Number 2? I wonder who's number 1. That's what I was thinking. But I printed out that and I sent it. I brought it to the police station. I was like, "Listen, she's threatening me." And they look at it. They say, "Oh, we can't do anything because it's the internet." I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's the internet." And I went to like 4 different police stations over this. Mind you, her threat was less graphic, but a little bit more realistic. Okay? What do you mean you can't do anything about this? It's a threat, you know? We can't do anything. It's the internet. I said, "So you're telling me threatening people online isn't a crime?" He said, "Yeah, it's not a crime." So what else am I going to think here, you know? So, and it wasn't even the first time it happened. There's other people that have made threats against me online, and I knew who they were, and I brought it to the attention of the police. Again, they said, "Can't do anything, it's online." Can't do anything about it, it's online, it's not a crime. If it's online, it's not a crime. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah? It's not a crime if it's online. I thought the police told me. What else am I gonna say, you know? And I didn't just go to one police, I went to like 4 different police stations. They all do the same thing. So I don't know. But then I make a threat and the police are here. I make a threat online and the police are here. It didn't really make sense to me. And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like, I know what I did was wrong, but I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just trying to explain what happened. So they took me down to the Cheektowaga police station. Which, by the way, shitty fucking jails here. Dirty. Smells like bologna and whatnot. So, shitty fucking jail. And I called my mom. I said, "Mom, I'm in jail." I explained what happened. And she's like, I said, "Yeah, call the landlord," because the landlord's good friends with the family. Call the landlord, try to get a key for the house, for my apartment, so you can go in there and feed the cat. I'll probably be out in the morning, or like the next day or something. Okay. So the next day I get to see the judge. And get up there. I told the judge, I was like, "Listen." I said, listen, Judge, listen, Your Honor. It's trash talk. It's locker room talk. This is what I did was what Donald Trump would have called locker room talk. Okay, and the George looks at me and he's like, what did he say? He said, because you have Asperger's syndrome, I'm gonna order forensic on you. I'm like, what exactly does that mean, Your Honor? It means you have to sit in the old Erie County Holding Center, downtown Buffalo, and you have to see a psychiatrist. Okay. And I'm like, okay, how long is that going to take? He said a couple days. Okay, whatever. So, this is what happened. It was from court to the fucking shitty holding cell in Cheektowaga. Then you gotta be handcuffed to another inmate or whatever. Down the Erie County Holding Center, downtown Buffalo. Strip searched. Then you're thrown into what they call the bullpen, which is this. It's even shittier than the Cheektowaga jail. There's people fucking spitting everywhere. There's there's blood all over the walls. It smells like shit in there. It's nasty, and they never fucking clean it. There's like one toilet in the corner, and it's like shitty, and it just, you don't want to be there. They call it the bullpen, and what it is, it's pretty much just not a cell, but it's just a holding room where all the new inmates come in. Okay, you just round them all up in the bullpen, you know, and one at a time they call you. You go walk, you get a mug shot, you get fingerprinted, you get a wristband, and you're sent back to the bullpen. Okay? So, eventually I got out of the bullpen. I got into orange shirt, orange pants. They gave me a wool blanket. They gave me sheets. They gave me a drinking cup, a little fucking toothbrush. It's called an anti-shank. Ah, what the fuck? Oh, I thought there was like a bug on me or something. No, it was actually my pillow. It was actually my pillow fucking tickling my ear. That was like some bug flying near my ear. It was actually my pillow. So it's called an anti-shank toothbrush. And I thought it was pretty funny. It gave you an anti-shank toothbrush and this shitty fucking jail toothpaste, like this green shit. And then you get an inmate handbook. Tells you everything about the jail. And then you're sent to this other place. I don't even know where it was. I don't know where it was in the jail. It was in a big area with a bunch of there was a bunch of bars, okay? And that place stunk like stale urine. I swear, they don't clean these places, you know, and I think they do that on purpose. So then, I get into a little cell with bars, and I take like a little hour nap in there. I'm like, okay, cool. I get woken up. I said, Constantino. I'm like, what? You're going to Echo. Come with me. I said, okay, whatever the fuck Echo is. Go upstairs to Echo. It was like on the 4th floor or something. And I get in there, I got my wool blanket, and I got my sheets, and a cup and all that other happy horse shit. And I was greeted by this man. And I was like kind of like embarrassed. I was like embarrassed and a little pissed and all that being there. And this man there was like another inmate in orange. He's like, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I was like, whatever. And I go in my room, slam the door, shut, take a little fucking sleep. Up the whole night in this echo. Now, I will wake up and I don't even know what happened. Okay, I was like one of those things where it was just like a dream. You know what I'm saying? So the second day, I was like a little scared to go out. I stayed in my room for like 4 days at the Erie County only. I only came out for like eat and and because I was so stupid, I told him I'm a diabetic. So then I have to go down 4 times a day to get finger sticks, and it's like a ridiculous process. Finger stick is a whole different thing. They call you down, and they call you downstairs, and you have to sit in another waiting room. It seems like they call all the diabetics in the jail to medical at the exact same time. And then you have to sit there and wait for them, you know? So, I get that done, and it's just tedious. And I'm like, when am I getting this forensic stuff? Oh my god. I have to see the judge on the 7th, you know? So, the 7th comes in, I didn't get any forensic done. I'm like, what the fuck? I go back to Cheektowaga, take you downstairs, back in the bullpen, then handcuffed to another prisoner. You sit in the bullpen for like 4 hours. They wake you up at like 5 in the morning to go to 5 in the morning to go to an 8:30 court date. And they end up getting you there late anyway. It doesn't matter because they're taking me, you know. I'm not responsible for going myself. So it's like, okay, they can't hold it against me. Well, it's like you sit in a bullpen for 5 hours, that dirty, filthy, fucking bullpen. Then it's handcuffed to a prisoner on the transport van. That's the best part. I love taking rides. And back in the holding cell at Cheektowaga, and then it's the judge. My parents were in the courtroom, and my parents talked to my lawyer in advance. They said, listen, we have bail money on us. Get the judge to set a bail. We'll pay it. We'll make sure he goes through with his forensic. So the lawyer says this to the judge, and the judge was like, keep him in 2 more weeks. I'm like, what the fuck? So my next court date is on the 21st now. It would have been, it's this morning. It was this morning. And obviously I'm out now, so I obviously got my forensic done, but the next day after court, on, what is it, the 8th, they call me for forensics. I'm like, okay, what? Okay, that's pretty fucking good. I go down there, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see a fucking psychiatrist. I've never been excited to see a psychiatrist that bad. But anyway, I went down there, and he sat me down. He said, okay, do you understand your charges? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you know what kind of charge it is? I said, it's a misdemeanor. He said, okay. Do you know what the role of a judge is? Yes. You know what the role of a prosecutor is? Yes. You know what the role of a lawyer is? Yes. You know what an order of protection is? Yes. What would happen if you broke an order of protection? Get arrested. It's a contempt of court charge. Okay, good. You're competent. But the thing is, you have to see another psychiatrist. Now, you have to see two psychiatrists. So when am I going to see this next one? By your next court date. That's all they keep saying. By your next court date. So I'm waiting a week. Okay. Next court date's on 21st. I'm fucking waiting. They didn't get to see me until Tuesday. I was like so fucking happy. I wasn't that happy to see a psychiatrist in my life. Okay. Again, same fucking question with the second guy. You're competent. You're competent to stand trial. I was like, oh, cool. Because I guess what would have happened is if I wasn't competent to stand trial, then what would have happened was they would have just dropped the case, but I would have to do a year at like ECMC in their psych ward or something, which I didn't want to do either. So at least if I'm competent, then I can get time served. Okay, so what actually happened was I went back to court the next day. Oh shit. I went back to court the next day. Hi, Gravy. By the way, my cat's still alive. You see? My cat's still alive because my parents came in here and fed the cat while I was gone. And they cleaned my apartment too. I think that. So, I agree. I actually forgot what my cat looked like. So, this morning I went to court, okay? I went to court this morning. And it said you're competent to stand trial now. Now, and he said, my lawyer said the prosecutor is willing to give you a plea deal. And I went, what the fuck is this? We drop it down to a regular harassment, which is just a violation. And it'd be a violation, 15 days in jail. But since you already did 28 days, you get time served and you get to go home today. I said, okay, does this go on my record? Does this go on my do I have to put this on job applications, No, you don't have to. I said, you know what? Give me the fucking plea deal. And that's what happened. I got the plea deal, and I got to go home. But first, it's more than a fucking running around shit. It's from court back to the holding cell, then back to the transport to go. I gotta get back. I gotta get released from downtown. Okay, whatever. So it's back to the holding cell. Then it's back to the transport. Then back to the jail. Then back to a bullpen. Dirty fucking bullpen. Then I'm released. And this has been a while fucking month. Okay? Now I have to actually go back to jail tomorrow. And the reason why is I just have to pick up some more property. I was released, but the place that has the property was closed for the night. So I have to take another trip down there. It's not a big deal. But the thing is that this is my last one. Okay. This is I'm not saying I'm not gonna do videos anymore. But being in jail for 28 days made me think. And like, I don't want to be a bitter person anymore, okay? I don't want to be a bitter person anymore. It's gotten me really nowhere. I really don't want to do rants anymore. It's just, it's not worth my trouble. I mean, like I said, with this woman, you know, and it's like, I thought about this throughout my whole stay. I'm like, listen, I told her, like, listen, if she's really doing weird stuff with her baby and all that, maybe I was like, listen, she probably grew up, you know, and, you know, maybe getting pregnant was kind of like a kick in their ass. Like, hey, I gotta get my life in order, you know? It happens. People on drugs, they're like, hey, I got a kid now, you know, I gotta clean my act up. It happens. And if that happened to her, and I'm really fucking proud of her, really. If that's what happened, I'm really fucking, I'm kind of proud for her. Proud of her. Whatever. But I just wanted to err on the side of caution with the CPS thing. Okay. I still think it the same way, kind of. The thing is that when I was in there, I started thinking, I was like, okay, you know, if that baby's being mistreated or abused or, you know, neglected or, you know, she wants to be the cool mom or whatever the fuck, you know, oh, here's some beer for the, you know, you gotta remember something here. I've never actually seen this baby outside of pictures on Facebook. So I can't really judge. There's probably people in her life that aren't her or her husband that are around this baby more often than not. More often than I am. Which is never. All I've seen of this baby was on Facebook. You know, so there's people in her life that see this baby more often, you know, her parents, her parents probably like babysit this kid, okay? And, you know, she probably has friends and whatnot that look at this, that see this kid. And I'm just thinking, I was thinking about this in jail, and I'm like, you know, if she was really, and I'm not saying, I'm still gonna say what happened 10 years ago actually did happen. Whether or not she remembers it or not, she was drunk when it happened. It still happened. Hopefully she got her life together. I don't know, but I'm just saying. There are people in her life that have been around this baby that if they seen the baby and they seen it was being abused, they would probably say something. Okay? So for me to sit there and judge something that I'm not really aware of, what the fuck? No fuck, where are you, Gravy? For me to sit there and judge the situation, it's like I'm an outsider kind of looking in. And that's the thing too. The last time I saw her in person was probably 2013. Okay. By the time I actually spoke to her was probably, I don't know, 2011 or something like that. So, you have to realize that when you have to kind of realize that when it's like when you know somebody like childhood friends, okay, and then one of you moves away, you know, and you become like 30 years old and you hook up with this childhood friend, you're like, what the fuck happened to you? You know, people grow up, and it's like the whole time you're just thinking, like you get like a fucking meeting set up, and it's like, whoa, I'm still thinking about you when you were this big, you know. That's the way I feel about this chick, because like the last time I saw her, she was a complete mess. You know, that's just the way. When I think of her, it just, that's what comes to mind immediately. Is I think of everything that she's done in the past. So don't judge me for that. You know. Now, I also have to abide by a 1-year restraining order, which isn't a big deal, because you know what? I don't want us to look at her either. I didn't even want to look at her in court. I didn't see her in court, and that's why I took the plea deal too. I wanted this over with. I didn't want to look at her in court. Okay? That was pretty much the only reason. If we did a trial, I would have to listen to her voice. I don't want to fucking look at her. Okay. This fucking plea deal. You know, run while you're still ahead, you know what I'm saying? And that's about it with that. I was in jail for 28 days over a video. So, I think I decided not to do rants anymore. And I'm probably going to delete a lot of these videos, okay? Now, it's just I don't want the trouble anymore. That's not to say I'm not gonna do any more videos. It's just I'm not gonna do videos just like ranting about people anymore. No more real names. Maybe I'm not going soft here, but it'll be funny to watch me try to make up names for people to try to get around talking about them, you know. So that's what's going on. So let me tell you about jail life. Alright? So first thing out of my mouth here is jail, okay, is nothing like you see on TV or movies. Now, first thing I'm going to get out in the open. When you hear the word jail, there's nothing. Oh. Jail is nothing like you see on like Oz. Okay? Now, it's nothing like people joke about either. It's like, oh yeah, you go to jail, you're gonna get your booty hole taken. No. No. You'll get killed in jail. No. No. Jail is nothing like you see on TV or movies. Like I said, I walked into Echo South. That's what they called the unit I was in. Echo South. and there was another inmate greeting us. Like, welcome, welcome. Now, it turns out that this man, I'm not going to use his real name, but he's actually a pretty cool guy. Now, this guy, I'm not going to use real names for jail, but pretty cool guy. He was, I guess he was there the longest, but, so he kind of, I don't want to say he runs the unit, but he has a lot of clout in the unit. And he uses that clout for good, not evil. So yeah, he hooks everybody up with shit like ramen noodles. Oh, that's another thing I gotta talk about in a second. Ramen noodles and fucking macaroni and cheese and all that shit. So me and him made a little deal at one point. I said, listen, I'll give you 10 phone calls, okay, if you get me some fucking macaroni and cheese and you get me some extra trays for meals and shit and ramen noodles and whatever else I want. Because here's the deal, if you're diabetic, okay, so let me explain this real quick. There's this thing, this is like, it's like I have to, it's like I'm doing a video and I got like a month's worth of shit to compile here. So, and I'm getting just way ahead of myself, so let me slow down and back up. So, walking into this pod, they call it a pod, okay? Walking into this thing, I said, I was like, I'm gonna get my fucking booty hole taken. I'm gonna get fucking beat up and whatnot. And I kept having that mindset, like it was like Oz. So what it was is, you walk into the pod, and it's just a big room, okay, and it's like almost the size of an average person's like backyard, maybe, and big room, and you have, it's a big room, and you have tables and chairs, and you have 2 TVs. Which play the shittiest shows ever. It's supposed to be over-the-air channels, but you can never get good channels there. Like over-the-air channels, you should be able to get like Fox, or like the news, the local news. You should be able to get like Family Guy and shit. But no, we get fucking Cozy TV. We get Throwback TV. We get fucking QVC of all channels. Why? And how people watch there? All the people watch there are the Munsters and like fucking Columbo and Little House on the Prairie. Oh my god. More like Little House Oh So Dreary, you know what I'm saying? And this is all we get. This is all we get. TV. Right? Well, better get used to it because I'm here for 28 days. Right? Well, I did find a cool station now. It was like one of the oldies, but they like some like on the weekends they would play like old like Godzilla movies, and that's pretty cool. Ultraman movies and whatever else. And so they So I'm walking and all the people there play this, what is it? The card game, it's called Spades. I don't know how to play it. But somehow, for some reason, the rules are is that you gotta slap the cards down on the table. Like, I don't get it. Because, one of the guards was like, hey, stop slapping the cards on the table. And one guy was like, hey, we're playing spades. You have to slap the cards on the table. Like, I don't get it. But whatever. I couldn't figure it out. So along this, it's a big room, and along the walls, there's like individual rooms. They're not called cells, they're called rooms. Okay. And there's also an upper floor as well. It's like a thing of stairs, and it goes up and around as well. And there's rooms up there as well. So I get in there. In your room, you have a bed. Pretty much it's a gym mat on a oh shit. It's pretty much just a gym mat on a fucking metal frame. It was what it was. It was better than the wooden bench in Cheektowaga. And out there you got a toilet, an actual toilet, by the way, not stainless steel shit. Toilet, sink, you got a little table where you can write shit on. Whatever. So like I said about this commissary, there's this thing in the jail called the commissary. Okay? And what that is, it's pretty much like the jailhouse Amazon. Okay? You can order shit on there you would never believe you can get in jail. Okay? Ramen noodles, you could order ramen noodles in jail. Okay? So, the problem is that, because I'm a diabetic, it was dumb enough for me to say that I was. Because I'm a diabetic, they wouldn't let me buy any food items on there. Like, none. It doesn't matter if they were sugar-free or not. If you have diabetes or high blood pressure, you can't buy any food. Okay, I lie. The only food you can buy are like these sugar-free candies, which are okay. Okay, you can buy those. You can buy like these blocks of cheese, which if you ever seen those blocks of cheese you get at this you see those blocks of cheese you get at the grocery store. Probably that big, right? Well, the ones in jail, they cut them in half. It's like they cut them in half. And you get like half of that. Like $2. So you can get the sugar-free candy, like fruit flavored. Those are all right. You get the block of cheese. You can buy this nasty ass fish. All the guys love that fish though. It's like mackerel or something. I can't stand it. Comes in like a pouch, and they rip it open. They throw it in their ramen noodles. They fucking love it. I actually bought a couple of the mackerel things because people love that, and I could trade them, you know, for it. So I got hooked up with mac and cheese. I got hooked up with ramen noodles, and you know, it was a good time there. I'm not gonna say it's good in jail, but I made the best. I made the most of it. I will say that if I actually had to do time, I would want to do it on Echo South. Okay. Those guys are probably the most chill people ever. And this is jail we're talking about. When I stayed there, 28 days, I have not seen one fight. I did not see one person getting raped. It was a good time. I didn't see any argument. I didn't see anybody arguing. And I called my friend Eugene. He's black. And I called him up. I said, dude, I'm in jail. He was all worried too because, oh, what are you gonna do, man? You're it's gonna be 100 black guys in you. And I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, they're gonna beat you up. I'm like, nah. It wasn't 100 black guys. It was more like 30 people in there. Not even 30. It was like maybe 20 people in there. And it was a pretty good mix of people too. There were a couple white guys in there, a couple black guys, a couple Spanish people, a couple Muslims. We had a couple Native Americans in there. You know what? They were really good people. At least to me, you know. And, you know, there was no arguing, there was no fighting, there was no, you know, rape. There was none of that. And I sat down with one of the guys and listened. Jail isn't like anything you see on TV. I realize that now. You know? Turns out that the guy that was welcoming everyone, he does a Bible study. And I'm like the big bad atheist walking around. And yes, I got involved in Bible study almost every single day there. Now, I'm not saying that I'm like a Christian or anything like that. I'm still an atheist, but I sat and I listened. And I was quiet. I didn't really say anything in there. But I listened to the message. And I realized that you listen to the message, and the message is good because it can be applied to like everyday life too. I just like filtered out the God and like the Jesus parts and everything. If you do that, you could if you could just filter out the God and the Jesus parts, you know, it's actually a good message that's being taught. At least for some part of it. I mean, I know the Bible is full of weird fucking shit. But I'm not looking at the Bible as a whole. I'm not even looking at the Bible. I just feel like there is good shit in the Bible, but like I'm looking at it as like an atheist view of it. Filter out the God, filter out the Jesus parts, and you have a pretty good message that can be applied to anything. You know, don't be too greedy. Don't be, you know, be the bigger man. That was actually one of the Bible study days. You know, this is one of my Bible study days. But I'm not a Christian or anything like that. I never was. I never was a believer. And I never was, so but I sit there and I listen to the message and I like, okay, God this, Jesus that, whatever. The message is good. Okay? It's, I hate to say it, but it's helping me. It's like, I'm just saying, still, you just filter out God and Jesus out of it all. And it can be applied to almost anything in, in life. Be patient, be humble, Be patient, be humble, The ones that I didn't really enjoy were the ones where he was talking about like always keep God in your heart. That's that's a little bit too much like, okay, just believe in fucking God and whatever. But no, you get some messages in there where it's like, be humble, be kind, just pretty much be kind to one another. You know what I'm saying? There's no like that. I don't even want to be like a bitter person anymore. Right now, it's like I don't want to be the person that's going off on the rants anymore. I'm just doing this video just to explain what happened. I'm not gonna do any more. I don't really want to. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna do videos in my life. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to really do rants anymore. Rants where I just fly off the handle and I just go nutty and I go overboard and I start using first names and last names and married names and maiden names, real maiden names and real married names and what the fuck was I thinking? That's not to say I'm not going to do another video. I like doing videos. But I'm just going to keep it to maybe if I do another rant, I'm going to have to... one thing's for sure. If I do another rant, I'm gonna definitely need to tone it down, and I'm definitely gonna need not tone it down, but I'm definitely going to I'm definitely going to need to what do you call it? I'm definitely gonna need to not use real names anymore. Okay, that's the bottom line. No more real names, and it'll be interesting. It's like when Howard Stern was on free radio. He what do you call it? Right before he got in this satellite radio, he said that, he says that what is this? Hold on. trying to look for something now. Yeah, who is it? Who was I talking about? Oh yeah, Howard Stern. Howard Stern says that, every time I say something that's dirty, I get a fine. What is this shit? Every time I say something dirty, I get a fine. I get fined. So what he started doing was he was trying to find ways to get around saying something. What the fuck? I just had something that I was trying to look for. Okay, he was saying that he was trying to find ways to get around saying something. Like, instead of saying, oh, I gotta take a shit or something, he would find ways to say it without actually saying that. Okay? And he said, yeah, it actually makes it funnier when you try to find ways to get around saying, they said that, whoa, wait. So Howard Stern's over there. Oh, here's one. So Howard Stern is over there saying, okay, so I get, okay, what is this? More shit I gotta fill. Okay, so okay, so Howard Stern was over there saying that when he was on I'm not gonna do this right now. He was saying that when he was on regular radio, it was funny because every time he would say something dirty, he would get fined. If he said like, "Oh, I got to take a shit," he'd get fined. And whatever the case may be, he's used the F word to get fined. So he would try to find ways to get around it so he doesn't get fined. And it actually made it funny, to do that. He also says, and it's true, too, it's true. Howard Stern actually said this, too. When the Osbournes were a big thing, he said, yeah, get the Osbournes DVDs, but get the censored version, because it's funnier with the bleeps in it. And it really is. It just is. So, So that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start, if I'm going to make a rant, it's going to be, I can't use real names, okay? So I'm going to have to make up, like, really fucking fake, funny, fake names. And what is it? I actually, making up fake phony names, and that's about it. I'm just gonna have to do that, which is fine with me. And I to be honest, when I was in jail, I wrote another rock opera. Okay, it's all about what happened, but I used fake names so that I really can't get in trouble because it's fake names. Okay, so that's you're gonna expect a new rock opera soon. It's gonna be a little bit different with the format of these videos. I'm gonna try to lay off the rants. I'm gonna probably do some more music, and probably do some more music. Probably do some more video game videos. Maybe do some videos where I walk around, like outside or something, and talk. But no more of these long-winded rants where it just does nothing but start trouble and get me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I really did learn a lesson here. And I just made this video just so that people can know what happened. So that people aren't like, oh, what, are you dead or something? Like, what the fuck's going on? Listen, I just lost 28 days of my life. That's 28 days that I can't get back. Okay? Right now, because they didn't have any news in jail. They didn't have any news stations. They didn't have any newspapers. So, I'm going around, and I get out of jail, and I feel like I'm like Austin Powers right now. I just woke out of like a 30-year sleep. Okay? And now I have to like catch up on like the last 30 years, but it was actually 28 days. Right now, I don't even know if Donald Trump is the president still. I don't know. I've been cut off from civilization pretty much for 28 days. It's a really weird thing. So, it's like you have to go through it and like, okay, who died? I just found out Adam West died. I'm like, fuck, that guy died? So, that's about it. I mean, I got home and I got a bunch of job offers on my phone. And I was like, oh shit. I might call them back. And that's the thing too, I lost my trip to Toronto. That fucking sucked. I'm trying to do something with the Airbnb people. Maybe I can get a refund, or maybe I'll just, you know, because I just told them that I was in the hospital for like a couple weeks. I just couldn't come up, you know. And I didn't have access to my phone. So, you know, that's what I've been doing. I've just been telling people I've been in the hospital. People that, you know, don't really need to know. You know, so... And I'm over here too. I'm looking at YouTube. I'm not looking at my YouTube. But I'm missing out on other people's videos. I'm like, did the Angry Video Game Nerd just put a new video up in these last few weeks? I think he did. It's like, hold on. This is what I'm looking at right now. See, he put up like 4 different videos. So this, okay, he didn't put up a new Angry Video Game Nerd thing. I think I'm done with this video. This is it. There's gonna be less rants. There's gonna be more music, more video games. I'm not gonna be a fucking bitter person anymore. So that's it.